What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, everybody. How everybody doing out there today? So basically with tonight, I kept the guys kind of in the dark about what we talking about. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I wanted a pure, unfiltered thoughts on what's been going on and about the bullshit that I see in on both sides of the aisle from both sets of people out there on this whole Epstein files, the whole Epstein list, the old Epstein everything. Because I've noticed, more and more shit came out, the less and less my fucking algorithm gets fucked up. So thanks for just proving the point, Mr. Algorithm. So we're gonna go along the lines of the people that have already been mentioned, the people that have already been documented that nobody gives a fuck about. Because remember, everybody wants the whole list. Everybody wants everybody accountable. They don't care whether it's Democrat or Republican. We want all the people on the list. Well, there is a substantial list of documented folks who were not only intertwined with the whole Jeffy circle, but we're on the planes, and not planes that get on the plane and go to Atlantic City onto the island. We got fucking senators and state reps on the fucking phones with the man himself trying to corner people. We got fucking. I seen an anonymous video earlier that was supposedly, it can't be. Like, it wasn't even their format or whatever. I used to watch a lot of them videos. But they're trying to, bring up all the times 047 was in this in these emails. And more, if anybody had Trump derangement syndrome, it was Jeffy. There's no dirt in these fucking things on Trump, but it is ways and strategies how to fuck Trump. And not in the ways that everybody wants to see, so he'd be in trouble. So, I mean, all these emails that's come out and, they want to pick apart. There are quite a few emails there that has Trump's name in it. And all of it is how to fuck him, how to fuck his campaign, how to fuck everything. Epstein was a very vindictive person. But what I find very funny is a lot of these names that nobody wants to talk about that's on there. And the fact that it's okay for the Clintons to be, to just say fuck a subpoena. So that being said, we're going to bring in our foreign correspondent from the deep, dark tundras of little sand people. Because I guess that's what they're little to him, and it's becoming a sand people fucking litter box out there. Dino the genetic motherfucking Marvel.
Hey, shalom, and Allah Akbar. I don't know. What the fuck do you have to say now?
Yeah.
Hey, can't say hello. Can't say Merry Christmas. Just tell people go fuck themselves at this point. That's fine.
Hasama mistake them.
And peace be with you, brother. I don't know. It's all fucking, listen, in all honesty, if he's on that list, and even if the hilarious part about it is true, let's say the picture that Putin has, let's say that's true. He was a private person doing private things. Who cares? Has nothing to do with anyone. And if anything, you bunch of weirdos, you should be applauding, if not sacrificing yourself for the first gay president. There you go.
That's it. I said it on one of the other shows. I've said it on stage. I'm going to start wearing a pink fucking MAGA hat. Make America gay again. What are you going to do about it? I would love for, again, I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. I would love for Trump to be like, yeah, I sucked his dick. Now what? It was huge. It was a huge dick. It was the best dick that I ever sucked. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it only comes second to my own. Clearly, it's fine. It's,
My dick is golden. His was only silver.
yeah. Hey, in all honesty, it's just so nuts that like let's be honest, okay? The amount of
wait a second.
okay.
And on the 3s and 4s in the background, we got Greg's loudmouthed ass.
I don't know if I want to be on this fucking show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
You notice Greg's lighting is that of like an informant.
Yeah.
You could just
his face should blur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have a little
His
just
head is covered. You know?
Hi, I'm Greg, and you don't know my voice. It's fine. You know, I'm just a normal person.
Like this.
There
I've
you
been
go.
on this show for years, and I could tell you everybody is fucked up on here.
Trying to find what. Hold on.
My name is Greg. I'm
there you go.
witness to the horrible events that happened, but I don't want to be identified for security reasons.
It's got a little bit too much echo, but that's the one.
That's about right.
Fine.
That's about right.
So,
yeah,
one thing two major things that I found very odd in this whole can of worms that we'll say both sides open. We'll say because I've yet, and one thing that kind of deterred me from believing any of this is because I didn't see any Republicans on that list or any of these emails aside from Trump. And I did find a list that listed a few of them that might have been involved or whatever, but nothing of anything major.
Also, too, wasn't Trump? Didn't he used to be a Democrat at that time?
Yeah.
So apparently, it's not gay if you're a Democrat. It's just.
So the first thing that I found odd was the Obamas. Now we all know Weinstein and Epstein. They're all Steens. They steam together. We'll just leave it like that.
We're gonna get hunted now. Thanks a lot, Marco. That's good.
But we all know what went on. But as them trials and all that shit was going on, apparently Big Mike and Barry, once their daughters came of age, they took them for their first job. Where? Harvey Weinstein. Who was at the birthday parties for them girls? Jeffy.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Bro.
There's even a video that's being leaked out of Big Mike with a panel behind her, and who is the predator right behind her? Whoopi Goldberg. Take predator in whatever way you want, as in Yautja or whatever predator.
Bro, we were gonna go see Badlands, and I was like, I want to see it, but fucking Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Whoopi's starring in it.
I was like, really? And I'm like, watch the trailer, and she's like, oh my god. I'm like, she's too old to play a predator.
So that's the first odd thing in that whole mess there. That doesn't get out. And Big Mike is just thanking Harvey, calling him by his first name, all that type of shit. Now, we won't even touch on the audio yet from Virginia that's been out. But now we look at, I'm like, what's this big thing? Because the Prince Andrew thing is a big thing.
Yeah.
So not only was that dude supposedly very intertwined with the Steins, but his wife was also Fergie. And I just heard that Andrew and Fergie are disappearing to flee from all the horse shit or whatever. Now, yeah, okay, 2 consensual adults. They never said what they were doing on the island. Prince Andrew was supposedly with the Virginia chick or whatever. There's a lot of shit on that.
Yeah.
But what I find odd that parallels what was going on in America, when the prince's fucking daughters, 2 daughters, became of age, where did they get sent off to work? Who has the parties? Who was there? They were all at Jeffy's.
Prince Andrew's daughters?
Yeah. The princess, whatever the fuck, and I forget what the other one's title was. Yeah. So I mean, this all that those two things right there kind of was an oddity that nobody's talking about. We keep hearing about Prince Andrew and Virginia, and we keep hearing about Trump and Bill Clinton and this and that, all that horse shit. But the kid thing was kind of odd. Now, going back to the kid thing with old Barry, there's audio going out that mainstream media is trying their hardest to bury and say that ain't real. But it is audio from Virginia Giuffre, that states that she has a dead man switch, that she has information that went to select media sources. So, if it wasn't a mainstream media source, then automatically they're going to say it's shit.
Right.
But in that, after she goes up on her spiel about, if you're listening to this, they killed me. And she goes on about saying that all this information is going to drop. She says, well, could you give I know you want names, so I'll give you two prominent ones. And the very first one, we're going to see if somebody's listening now. The very first one was Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And she clearly, out the horse's mouth, says that he wasn't there for the girls. He was there for the young boys who were trafficked, the ones, not just Cabana boys, not just 18-year-olds, the under 21s that y'all like to say Trump was fucking gawking at and taking pictures with. Yep,
Yeah.
there goes me glitching a little bit.
Honestly, it reminds me of Shane Gillis's joke from his special where he's like, he goes, can you imagine an army that was gay? Like, what if Vikings were heading to your village and you're like, oh no, they're going to bang our wives and daughters. And then they hoist up a gay flag. You're like, oh, that's way worse. And you're just like, right? So it's like, you think about it, you're like, oh, I got to protect my daughters. And they're like, actually, we're here for your sons. You're like, oh, that's way worse. What the fuck, bro? It's really, it's getting weird, right? And you're just like, hey man, I don't get it. I don't get it.
That takes me to what the whole show is about. I've posted plenty of times over the past few weeks about, the different names that have been dropped, the different names that have been coming out. Yeah. And I always say the same things. You guys want these fucking files so bad, but you don't care because names are coming out and all you want to see is 47 on that list. And there's always the same handful of people, the same fucking ones. Oh, no, we care. Oh, no, we want everybody to get caught. Oh, no, it's this person and that person, and it's both there. Okay. One, yes, we all wanted to be caught. We all want. I even said personally, I'll say it now. If some fuck shit, some real evidence comes out that Trump did some fuck shit, fuck him. Get him the fuck out. Let him get fucked by Diddy in jail. I don't give a fuck.
I think it's not going to be the fucking that Trump's going to be doing. It's going to be the sloppy toppy, but yeah.
But either way, that's the way I feel, and I will gladly admit it. Yeah. But I mean, there was another podcaster who said it the best. The Democrats are the party that cried wolf. You have fucking cried wolf so many goddamn times. Even when if you ever do tell the truth, nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. No. I mean, y'all lied and lied and lied and pushed misinformation and bullshit so long. Nobody believes you.
No. Look, it's not just that they're unbelievable. It's the fact that they're like, there's proof and this, and you're like, okay, can you show us proof? We're like, no, we can't. And you're like, oh, but you said that there was proof of this. They're like, yes, lots. They're like, oh yeah, can you show it to us? Then we can do something. No, we can't. We can't show you proof. You're like, is it because it doesn't exist? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's proof and I can't show you. And you're like, okay, what the fuck are you on about? Like, it's this crazy thing where someone's like, we need to communicate. You're like, okay, what do you want to communicate? I can't talk to you. You're like, I don't, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense. At this point, listen, it's obvious that the people, look, let's be truthful, okay? There aren't just prominent people on those lists. There are people who none of us have ever heard about who are in control of millions and billions of dollars, and no one knows who the fuck they are. And they're like, hey, don't release it. My name's on there. Get fucked. And they're like, well, nobody knows who you are. Yeah, I don't need that. No, thank you. Right? And that's
and let me just interject this. Proof of what you're saying right now is, to prepare for the show tonight, I had my AI pull up the 3 lists of the most prominent celebrities and politicians or whatever.
Oh.
And there's quite a few that have been proven, that we've seen videos that victims have said that are not on these lists. And I asked, why aren't these people on the list?
Right.
Well, because major media didn't verify this or that. I don't care if major media, a lot of these people were from the major media. Here's a perfect example. Just seen this a little bit ago. Just the headline: George Clooney in panic over Epstein list. Now, we've heard about Clooney being on the flight logs, which were fake. We've heard about Clooney being on the island. Tom Hanks, Chris Tucker, Chris Tucker was on the list, but Tom Hanks wasn't. You know why? Because Tom Hanks has a lot more money.
True.
But Tom Hanks and Chris Tucker were named by Virginia Dufresne, with Bill Clinton going to the islands with her and 2 other girls. So, and it was supposed to be for some benefit for the foundation or whatever. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, but so I started digging into it, and I'm like, well, what's going on? What's the whole thing with George Clooney? And after asking the right questions of the AI, because that's what AI has become now.
Yes.
It talks about, well, it could be referring to Ghislaine bragging about giving Clooney head.
I mean, that's kind of like Bezos' wife looking at DiCaprio, right? She's like, I want that dick. It's fancy dick. It's fancy rich movie star dick, right?
So why would you be panicking because you got a blowjob from this chick?
It doesn't make no sense, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of this that doesn't. People are freaking out, and they're like, "Oh, you're on the list for this," and they're like, "No, I wasn't." And you're like, "Wait, but that's just you were there and you had consensual sex with somebody. That's not against the law." And they're like, "Right, I wasn't there." And you're like, that's a weird reaction to that. Just saying. See, hey, besides everything else, a lot of people have been like, well, I'm sure Trump will be okay with it because they've already scrubbed his names. And you're like, no politician likes Donald Trump. Let's be very clear. They're all like, fuck that guy. In fact, put his name in there a couple extra times. Okay. So this is not, it doesn't make no sense.
What really is killing me, and this is all coming from the Democrat, because again, the more and more, like I said, I saw that anonymous video earlier, and it went down every fucking part of the emails, the 2,000 or 20,000 fucking emails, whatever the fuck that just came out. Yeah. And they pulled out every time Trump's name was mentioned or whatever, and every time Trump, and there was never any correspondence between Trump and this dude or anybody on behalf of Trump. Right. It was always him talking about pretty much fucking him in any way possible, financially, in his campaign, in all this shit. Sure. You know, and I mean, he even says it himself that he believes Trump's the reason why this all fell apart on him. So now you keep looking, yeah, that's silly. He even said Trump's a piece of shit and this and that. So they want to believe Epstein when they say Trump is a bad person, but they don't want to believe that Hakeem Jeffries was paid off by Epstein. They don't want to believe that Stacey Plaskin was on the phone in a fucking committee hearing with Epstein when she was deposing Comey.
It's weird when like the devil is like, I don't know, I wouldn't trust that guy, and you're like, yeah, but you're the devil. Does that mean I should be trusting? Like, I'm confused how this works because, like, well, let's be honest, nobody's out here going like, you know who's trustworthy? Donald Trump. Nobody fucking said. What fucking retard said that? Listen, He is a construction mogul in New York City during times when construction happened by guys named Guido, okay? Let's calm the fuck down on this whole trustworthy accusation. Let's just fucking relax. The fact that he got in office, you're like, yeah, he had to fucking touch someone's wiener. Must have been Bill's. It might have been Hillary's. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why they're like, oh, Bubba's Hillary's trans name. That's why. Just like you gotta, yeah.
Now, what would have been fucked up if it would have said he was sucking Big Mike's dick? If he got forced to suck Big Mike's dick and that's why he hates them so much.
Can you imagine the racist country people who love Trump are like, no, not Mike's dick. No. Like they would have cried and shit. Oh, that would have been gloriously fucking hilarious, bro. I mean, like, see, no, but you say that now, and all I think of is like maybe it was like an Eiffel Tower situation with Mike and Barry, and then Trump in the middle. Like, I mean, could have gotten real bad. Could have gone real bad.
Could have been huge.
I mean, also they were saying that the name of Ghislaine's horse is also Bubba, and I'm like, Trump's gonna be like, yeah, I suck Bill Clinton. Fuck it, yeah. Yep, that's what I did. Definitely not a horse. And you're like, hey.
Supposedly, now there's I guess they got one of these news places got in touch with Mark Epstein, and he said that was a private conversation between him and his brother, and it did not refer to the Clintons nor the horse. Because that was the first time I heard about the horse. I had to look up who the horse was. So I'm like, or the horse? Oh, wait a minute. He sucked a cock. If he said it or the horse, he sucked a cock. We don't know.
It might have been a horse. It might have been a horse. Also, why does Putin have the picture? I thought Putin was like, hey.
That goes back to what we were talking about on Monday's show.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if this picture does exist, it's one of them oil paintings, just like the one of Slick Willie in the dress. So he probably had a fucking satire picture. It's probably Trump butt naked with whatever hookers that, the idiot from California thought that he was getting dirt from, peeing on Trump.
Yeah, well.
With a cock in his mouth. I mean, but again, like we discussed on Monday, Putin ain't that type of person.
He's really not.
That's like sending, like, I feel like he'll send somebody to beat you up if you send him some shit like that.
I feel like if you send him gay shit, he'd be like, yo, fucking kick that guy's ass. He sent me gay shit. I don't need that lumber in my life. No, thank you. Like, it's very odd. And this is why, in all honesty, like the whole, the Democrat side of things, like you just hear them and they're like, wow, the sky's turning pink tomorrow. We have it on good scientific research. And you're like, who talked to these guys? Like, they're fucking stupid. And like, they just making up shit. And I can't, like, even now when people are like, oh, the list is out. You're like, I don't believe it anyway. I still don't. Until I see a list on gov, I don't, it's all bullshit.
Well, then the other name that was mentioned by Virginia was Bill Gates. And now what she described Bill Gates was doing was more mad scientist type shit. Like he was experimenting on fucking girls.
Yeah. Which I kind of believe.
Yeah, I believe 100%. I fucking believe. He
gives off a Dr. Moreau's vibe where he's like, I also made an octopus with only 2 arms. You're like, why would you remove its arms? He's like, I put the others on a dog. And you're like,
yeah, I created a minor with 3 vaginas.
Yeah. 2 on the elbows.
Attaches.
Yeah. Penis fingers, elbow vaginas. It's weird. Yeah,
nobody has combed that island. Nobody. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if there's experiments just running around, or you might find a real chupacabra on that island?
I mean, listen. How much you want to bet Epstein and Bigfoot are just cheers and margaritas? Be like, nobody's coming here. Fuck it. It's fine. Oh, apparently, Bigfoot's the biggest fucking pedo. He's like, I love them little kids. That's another thing that she had mentioned in some of this audio, that
Epstein was still alive, and that
Oh,
he is being covered up, for whatever about whatever. So this here, I'm gonna go down this list here.
it's like, let's be honest. The idea of if someone was like, "Oh, Jeffrey Epstein's alive," I'd be like, "Yeah, I believe that. Sure."
Well, there's motherfuckers who believe Tupac's still alive. You gonna not believe this dude is still alive?
Hey, do you remember when Tupac? They did the hologram of Tupac at
In Vegas.
No, it was not in Vegas. It was at it starts with a C. Oh,
I know they did it in Vegas. They did Michael Jackson in Vegas too.
no. It was at oh crap! What is that big festival where all the douchebags go?
Burning Man?
No. Burning Man used to be cool. Now it's full of rapists and twats.
I know there's Burning Man. There's another one, something similar.
Coachella.
Yeah.
So Coachella, they put up Tupac, and the amount of people were like, "I knew he was alive," and you're like, "You dumb motherfuckers! It's a hologram, you stupid fucks!" And they're like, "Nah, he was there." You're like, "No, they said it was a hologram." They're like, "Nah, that's a cover," and you're like, "Oh, you're just retarded." Yeah, come on. It's great to watch people who fall for that shit. You're like, yeah, you're just too stupid to fucking talk with.
Yeah, I
So,
love it.
we already know about the Trump being on the list. We already know about Bill Clinton being on the list. We got Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary and Harvard president. We got Robert F. Kennedy, U.S. Health Secretary. We already know about Prince Andrew. Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York. Fergie. Alan Dershowitz, who I believe Alan Dershowitz is on the Republican side.
Hey, Alan Dershowitz is...
Yeah, he was like damn near Cheney.
It's Alan Dershowitz. He was also... He represented... what was... He was in the news for some stupid shit.
He was a finance guy. He's an attorney. He was one of Trump's attorneys for a minute. Lex Wexner, who was the guy who magically was found unalive, who just left everything to Jeffy.
Which, bro.
Yeah. We got Glenn Dubin. He's a financier. We got Eva Anderson Dubin, a medical doctor. Leon Black, Apollo Global Management co-founder. Now, here's the one that I'm going to be easy on saying because it has to do with the star people. And this one is kind of gives a little bit of validity to the trying to defend the star people or shy away from that, or even the star people having a hand in whatever's been going on.
All right. Get ready to be canceled, everyone.
We will just say, we'll give the initial of his name and then his last name. E. Barack. It has nothing to do with Obama. This has nothing to do with him. This is something totally different. But E. Barack. He is a former prime minister.
Yeah.
And apparently he was one of the punishments to Virginia Giuffre when she didn't want to do something. Jeff used to send her to him, and he used to like brutally pretty much torture her. She documented a couple times that he choked her till she was unconscious. He made her beg for her life, shit like that. And when she complained about it, he was like, well, I guess you'll listen next time.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. And I know I'm a bad person for saying this, but it's like, hey, it's never okay to hit people, let alone women. But at the same time, I want to know what she said before the guy freaked out on her. I just want to know. I just want to know what instigated that kind of. I just want to know. I'm not trying to victim shame or it. I just want to know what pushed him over the edge. That was like, you know what this bitch is going to? Brock. And you're like, you know. She's like, no, not him. It's like, nah, you're gonna change your mind next time, dumb bitch. And just, like, I want to know what pushed him. That's,
And even though he's a former prime minister, how like respect and honor over in the litter box is a big thing.
Yeah.
So they would never want like this would be a big fucking smudge on the fucking the star. Um, so just and knowing that he was one of the prime ministers, that's fucking crazy.
You got to remember though too, in the Talmud and the Quran, what they do to people who aren't of their people is not viewed as sin, right? They could do whatever they want because, oh well, you're not one of us, so you're a piece of shit, and it doesn't matter. God doesn't care,
Right.
because so it doesn't necessarily. There's weird shit about that, right? And yeah. Remember, there's a lot of rules that only apply to certain people, and like there are guys. Yeah. Anyways, go on.
There's Bill Richardson, former New Mexico governor. John Luke Brunel, he was a model scout. And that, those
I feel
were
like a model scout. He worked for Epstein. Let's forget about
that was a names that were mentioned in the emails. I had to dig a little bit deeper because I felt like there was some names missing from there. But these are the ones, like the ones, and this is the reason why I feel like there's the AI is being fucking smudged too, no matter what AI you're using. Because I've watched the videos and I heard the audio of her listening to other people that aren't on any of these lists.
Yeah.
But they're saying that only in her book she talks about Jeff and Ghislaine and Prince Andrew, which is a lie because we know she says she met Trump and Trump was a nice person. He was the one who gave her the fucking job. He was the one who fucking bitched that Jeff was coming over to the island or to coming over to Mar-a-Lago to recruit people. So that he was mentioned though, and that is not on this list. And also, like I said, Barack and Gates, they were mentioned in there. So I asked for a list of the celebrities documented as visiting the island, and they have Bill Clinton as a celebrity. He was the very first one on the list. Then there's Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker, Naomi Campbell. I hear Naomi Campbell got something big to do with this shit. If anybody knows, Naomi Campbell in the 90s was a big model. She was a big name in the modeling industry and stuff.
Yeah, but she's also the one that's like been charged because she beats up her help and shit like that. Yeah, she's definitely on that.
Apparently there's one part of her 60 Minutes interview where Virginia talks about Naomi and how she met her, and she was like, she went off on her, talking about, you see me at your house, you see me at their house, you see me different places, you knew how young I was, and you knew what was going on with me, you knew. Like, she screamed it into the camera.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got Alan Dershowitz, Stephen Hawking. I gotta give Stephen Hawking a pass. I mean, what actually could Stephen Hawking actually have done? He could have barely saw what was going on, let alone anything else. I gotta let that one go. I gotta let Stephen Hawking go.
Bro, apparently he loves fucking midgets. But you're just like, damn, bro. That is awesome. Actually, so I just pulled up Naomi Campbell's Wikipedia, and it has her association with Jeffrey Epstein. Campbell appears in the alleged contact book and in flight logs of late American financier and convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, as well as in photographs with Epstein and his associates, Ghislaine Maxwell. She apparently addressed it on her YouTube channel, admitting she knew Epstein after being introduced to him by ex-boyfriend Flavio Barriatore, stating, "What he's done is indefensible. When I heard what he had done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else, because I've had my fair share of sexual predators, and thank God I had good people around who protected me." This bitch is full of shit.
Yeah, I feel like she was a recruiter.
Oh, 100%, bro.
I feel like she was one of the recruiters.
Yeah.
We got Bill Richardson again, Glenn Dubin, Eva Anderson Dubin, the Baraka, Deepak Chopra. I've heard a lot about that person. Like, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but I used to call him Tupac Shakur. I thought, because the first time I heard him, I guess he writes some kind of books, some kind of self-help books or something, maybe.
Deepak Chopra. Yeah. He's a weirdo. And he's like, I help the stars. And you're like, you touch each other's wieners while you're doing it? He's like, that's part of healing. You're like, that's what I thought, weirdo.
Oh, so something else I forgot to mention. That when the whole Barack thing and they were sending their daughters out or whatever, apparently also intermixed with that, and we're gonna cross over now.
Yeah.
Diddy had something to do with them too.
Ah!
Yep.
Bro.
Yep.
Hey, also too, just so you know, Deepak Chopra's books, I'll tell you this. So the 7 spiritual laws of success. It's odd. Quantum healing, perfect health, meditation for healing, a dialogue, the spontaneous fulfillment of desire, the book of secrets, unlocking the blah, 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 the way of the wizard, ageless body, timeless mind. This guy was a fucking weirdo, bro. Fuck that guy.
Okay. Before we go any further, I've noticed this is the new thing to try to get out of it. But one, Greg, why don't you put that allegedly thing back up?
Yeah, it's probably safer.
And 2, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Sure.
We're gonna put that out there because I've noticed like a lot of the new shows that I watch or the podcasts that I watch, they say that, and I guess that might be the new disclaimer or whatever. So entertainment purposes only, guys.
Sure.
So let's see what else we got on here. Because I tried to get as many names as I could that didn't overlap. A lot of these overlap, so I'm assuming that a lot of the ones that overlap are the ones that are definite that. But there's a Marvin Minsky. He's an AI pioneer, and he's named as an abuser.
Oh, that's nice.
What
was his name?
Marvin Minsky. Minsky.
Marvin Minsky, American cognitive scientist and computer research. Bro, if you see a picture of this guy, pervert. Immediately, you're like, oh, that guy. Hey, that guy goes to the fucking Rippers and is like, I need all ones. I'm not spending anything on a dance. Yeah.
And also in this list here, it names Ghislaine's fucking dad.
Oh, you think he wouldn't have tried some of the wares? Come on, bro. Why do you think he's like, you know what, honey, you need to go with this man. He's good. He provides good women for me. That's
So here says power figures and high-profile men anonymized or alluded to. See, the former prime minister, we already know who that was. The former U.S. senator, I'm thinking that was the New Mexico guy. A gubernatorial candidate who was soon to win election in a western state. I feel like Newscomb is in this shit somewhere. I'm feeling it.
You know what? I feel like Newsom might Scooby-Doo mask and be like, it was Epstein the whole time. Bro, Newsom's a lizard person. Okay, he's not even a real human being. Come on.
Multiple unnamed billionaires whom allegedly abused Giuffre while his pregnant wife was nearby, and multiple unnamed billionaires, one of whom was allegedly so. I wonder who's a billionaire with a pregnant. That sounds kind of musky.
I mean,
a man.
What are you gonna do with the guy? Come on.
A man who was also seen having sexual contact with Epstein, so he went both ways. Numerous
cultured person. That's fine.
Numerous others described as politicians, heads of state, and other wealthy, powerful men. Key caveats. So, I mean, ultimately, the more and more I see, the more and more people don't give a fuck. And I'm tired of hearing people say that they give a fuck about who's on there. I'm tired of people saying that they don't care what side it is because you blatantly prove it every time you don't say nothing about one of these other names. Yeah. I've listed damn near 20 fucking names.
Yeah.
If not more. Just names to look into. Not saying that they did anything wrong. I'm not saying they did anything wrong. I ain't saying, whatever. Just names to look into. And I bet you every single one, especially the one that keeps talking about, oh, but your boys in there, they just keep scrubbing it. They just are not letting this out, and they're not letting this out. Look, again, we all know 47 is just as big a piece of shit as anyone else. He may even be a cocksucker, but he's not a pedophile up to date. Now, those are floating facts because every day there's something different that is going on. But so far, the best that anything has came up on 47 was 18-year-old topless girls that were sitting on, 19-year-old topless girls that were sitting on his lap next to a swimming pool. And the last I checked, in every state, that's consensual. Now,
I mean, isn't that just a Miss America pageant? Come on.
yeah, pretty much.
Calm
So
down.
now, here's something that has been going around too, and I've seen people condemning her for it. And I think I got to watch the video itself. I haven't watched the video. I've just heard people pissing and moaning about it. Apparently, they're saying Megyn Kelly is saying 13 is not pedophilia. It's better than being an 8-year-old.
What
Now,
the fuck?
yeah, again, I didn't watch the whole thing. There's just certain clips. If you want to pull it up to see, we can do it in real time. But first of all, you notice that California's laws is 13 years old. So if she was speaking on California laws, then yeah, technically that's not pedophilia. We may think it's immoral. We over here think it's pedophilia. But even if you go into court cases or whatever, everything, is 13 and up. It's 1,000 times worse is if you've done something with a minor under 13. And I don't know why there's that distinguished, a kid's a kid, but there's that. But again, what did Jason say? 47.
47. I mean, other than Bill Clinton, but whatever. It's cool. Hey.
Now, again,
allegedly,
I think all this shit is fucked up and everything, especially the shit that happened to Virginia. She's the only victim that ever came out and said it was that bad. I mean, other victims have came out and said that they were passed around or they did this or they did that, whatever. But I digress back to my old statement I made because I did some research on where a lot of these girls came from, what their living conditions were, what was going on in their lives, and even in Virginia's. Because if you look in Virginia Giuffre's past,
yeah,
she was on drugs for a minute. She was out in the streets for a minute. She was abused by a few people in her family for a while. Finally, she got back home. Her family cleaned her up. She was still a young girl, really, really young girl.
Yeah.
And then she, her dad got her the job at Mar-a-Lago. Everything, she was off all that fuck shit. Yeah. And she even says that in her interview with 60 Minutes, she just thought that, damn, it's going back to this. This is what I just have to do just to get her whole goal was to get her massage therapist certificate. That was her whole goal. Now, getting back to what I was saying, though, that's an American girl.
Sorry.
And I'm not saying that American girls don't go through it here, but if you compare it to the shit that American girls go through here as compared to other countries, that's a big eye opener.
Yeah.
Because again, now a lot of these girls were picked off of the streets of very shithole countries.
Yeah.
We made the example of Africa, where a girl who has any kind of schooling, whether it be kindergarten or whatever, it devalues hers.
Yeah.
Where once you get to a certain age, which is not double digits, your family starts fucking you. Your dad, your brothers, your uncles, your grandpa. And if you haven't been ruined by what marriage age is damn near 8-9 years old, it's real similar to the Sand People. Then you pretty much are sold. You're not married off. You're sold for goats, chickens, or whatever. And again, the older you are, or the more educated you are, the less value you have. Now, if you got this white man just popped off, he walked down, he saw you, he thought you were cute, and was like, "Hey, you want to be educated? Do you want to shower? Do you want to shower first of all? Do you want to shower? Do you want a meal? A real fucking meal? Do you want a meal? Do you want education? Do you want to be a debutante? Instead of fucking your family, you
can fuck me. Hey,
fuck me and a few other old white dudes. I mean, now, this goes back to the Diddy thing. Now,
I understand your logic, but this is a horrible argument. Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying don't make this argument.
I'm just saying,
no. You should stop this. You should
Wrong.
really just stop. I'm telling you, nothing good is going to come from this logic train.
But I'm just saying that is what, you know, it was the Diddy thing. Were they given the golden apple and given the choice to bite it, or was that apple stuffed down their throat?
Oh, yeah. I think that's a better argument to have than what you were saying. Let's just be very clear. What you were saying was horrific. Listen, yeah, so
them poor girls, a lot of them didn't even know what an apple was. So they took that apple and fucking ran and asked for more. And that's why there's only a handful of fucking victims coming out and not the big mob of females that's been going over 2-3 decades.
Yeah,
because there was only 10-15 victims. You're gonna tell me there was only 10-15 victims over 30 years of fucking fuckery.
There's just one old broad there is like, I'm still working off my debt.
I'm gonna get my certificate one day.
Filterless Pall Malls, just it's all right. Don't worry, just pick a fold. No, yes, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's still not okay.
No,
right?
it's not okay at all. The whole situation is not okay.
You really kind of made it sound like you were like, it's not the worst, which true.
No, well,
it's not the worst. But
the reason why I even put it out there like that, because I think that's what they're doing to Megyn Kelly. You know, I think, you know, they're looking. She's not saying it was okay for what was going on. She's saying that, you know, if you were 13 years old and you just got a finger in your butt when this 8-year-old got decimated, you know, what's worse? It's all bad.
Yes,
it's all bad.
Yes. But that's that's not, you can't win that. There's no success in that argument, right? Like, and that's why it's like, it's, look, how many times like there's all the women in North America are mocking men who go to other countries and find wives that are not retarded and actually want to touch their wiener for, you know, just a good time.
Philippines.
Right. Bro, Philippines is
I watch videos on it all the time.
I bet you do, you dirty slut.
If I can figure out how to work the money and work the assets over to the Philippines, me and my son will be sitting on the beach. You can't go further than 15 miles in from the beach. I heard about that. You can't go no more than 15 miles. Stay 10, because after 10, it starts getting rough. So you want to stay closer to the beach, but you want to be by the beach anyways. I mean,
listen, just build your house on stilts. You'll be fine. Sometimes there's typhoons. You got to be careful. You know, just good advice. But no, like, that's the thing is there's a misconception, right? And like, I like watching those crazy fucking podcasts where they have a discussion where it's a bunch of women who are like, I have an OnlyFans, but I'm a high quality woman. I deserve to be this. I need a millionaire. You're like, bitch, you've had 98 dicks in your mouth. Shut the fuck up, right? So,
and it's documented.
Yeah, they're like, I took video of it. I know exactly how many dicks I had in my mouth, and you're like, that's not a good thing, right? But remember, like, I remember going to school, and there was this lady. There was one. She was 2 years older than me. She was attractive, biggest tits I've ever seen on a woman. And she was like, I took that guy's virginity, ha! And I'm like, I don't think you understand how that works. That's not. Nobody cares. Like, that's not special to him. Like, it's not, you know. And she was like, ha! And you're like, yeah. It's weird because people have been driven to this weird fucking perspective where you're like, I don't think you understand that nobody gives a shit about that, right? Like, half these people are like, oh, what, you want to marry a virgin or you want someone with experience? You're like, no, Arby's sandwich, you can stay at home, bitch. Like, it's not, it's a weird thing where, like, you don't, people are idolizing such weird stuff right now. And in the same sense, you're going, well, it's not as bad as other people have it. True. But there's a bigger problem here is that there's a lot of people who are like, what's the big deal?
Well,
I don't care.
I think
She's just
above all
ghetto.
else-
Does not matter.
Above all else, and it's even bled into politics bad. The push in sex anymore. Like, I mean, when we were growing up or whatever, everybody, all guys wanted to get laid. There was, the girls. There was a couple hoes out there, but they kept to themselves. They did what they had to do. They were fucking women, and eventually, most of them became women, and the ones that were sluts stayed sluts. I mean, that was the way it was. But now, especially from the push from the 90s to the 2000s, like, sex has been interjected into cartoons. Sex has been overly interjected into the music industry to the point where good wholesome songs like Let It Snow is banned, but you got WAP hitting fucking, top records. Shit like that. You got to, people, the politics, trans is not a gender. That is a sexual preference. Queer is not a gender. That is a sexual preference. Bi is not a gender. That is a sexual preference. Any other fucking, anything besides the G and the L is a sexual preference. And even back in the day, the gay thing and the lesbian thing was a sexual preference. But they found out that, no guy in his right mind chooses that. No guy in his right, that you are born like that.
but also to the argument he made that a lot of people who choose a alternative lifestyle have also suffered massive amounts of issues in their life with regards to not being able to trust family, being abused and stuff like that. And you're going, yeah, so is it their choice or have they been quote unquote dickmatized, right? Or flatmatized? I don't know, either one, right? This is the thing is you're going, look, well, you and I both remember how there were guys who were gay. You couldn't tell, right? Number one, because that had issues, number one, right? But also, who you fuck and how you fuck them has nothing to do with who you are as a person, right? If a guy walked around and was like, I only fuck buttholes, baby, only buttholes, I'm a butthole fucker, and that was his whole identity, everyone would be like, that guy needs to go to jail, okay? That guy's a fucking weirdo, okay? The guy who's like, I'm a butthole fucker, that's what I do, that's weird. That's weird shit, right?
Dude,
so people are like, I'm gay. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. Who are you as a person? I'm gay. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Right. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You let your sexual preference become your identity. And that's not that's
not an identity.
That's where the fuckery becomes involved.
Sure.
You don't have extra rights because you're a guy in a dress. You don't get any rights taken away, or at least if y'all don't stop fucking around, you might, but you don't got any rights taken away, but you don't get extra rights because you take a cock.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to see them again. We talked about this, I think, last year, but now the trans people are telling the lesbians that they're transphobic because they won't suck their dicks.
That's right. What the fuck does that even mean, bro? Hey, listen, and you know what? Just so everyone understands, we're not being critical of these people. We're asking to help us understand because we can't connect the dots. And the dots just make no fucking sense. So
they did not.
The dots do not. Okay, the do not dots, and that's why it don't make no sense.
I mean, because I try to be an ally. I got a lot of gay friends. I mean,
I bet you do, homo.
Hey, I'm almost 50. What did fucking the dude who jacked off in front of the guys?
What?
Or the chicks, the dude who jacked off in front of the chicks. The comedian, red hair. I'm stoned, so it blanked out of my mind.
Oh, Louis C.K.
Yeah. You know, he said it the best. You know, I'm at halftime. You know, I might do the second half gay. Who knows?
Hey, you know what? You could always move a couch. You're like, you know what? You can have a boat. Nobody's gonna say shit. You're like, hey, you want to get 2 recliners instead of a couch? Fuck yeah, I do. It's great. It's a great thing, right? But you know,
might get some help around the fucking house.
I mean, listen, it's a fucking thing. It's an issue. But you know, like there's like you said, right? It's I'm not saying that it's not real or it's not whatever, you're born that way or whatever you want to say. But the fact is, as soon as you can be born gay or lesbian, which I'm not saying is impossible, well, then you're opening the door to a lot of other people to say, well, I was born that way. And you're going, nope, that's fucking weird. And they're going, well, if gays can be born that way, then you could be, hey, I was born to be a murderer. You can't hold it against me. I'm a murderer. I was born that way, right?
I think I find another problem with society nowadays too. You know, the fact that you can't tell nobody no anymore.
Right.
You know, look, a perfect example. You know, I was supposed to be doing a show here on the 17th. The show, me and the owner of the place, I ain't gonna mention his name or the place, but me and the owner of the place has never gotten along. This has been like over 20 years feud.
Somebody doesn't like you? No, that's impossible.
But you know what? It's his fucking establishment. I choose to stay the fuck out of there. You know, the few times I've went there and he's had problems, I went out of my way just to help, to be professional, even though I still didn't like the motherfucker. You know, we're grown ass men. You know, if you needed a hand on your fucking show, this ain't about me or you. This is about the show going on.
Sure.
And still after that, you know, be treated like shit or be treated less than. But, you know, I was supposed to be going to do a benefit. It was for the rainbow community. And just recently I seen that they put signs out in front of their establishment saying no sexism, no racism, no transphobia, no homophobia, no none of this. Well, you just took away my whole set. Now, I
was just on stage and just be like,
I get a hold of the guy who's throwing the show, who is a gay Hispanic man. And I tell him, I'm like, look, I don't think I'm going to be able to be on your show, man. I ain't trying to go overly out my way to fuck this up for you, but I'm just letting you know, these are the signs that are just put up, and they're showing them everywhere, and they're so proud of their signs. Yeah. So, you know, you better talk to them because, you know, I may be the worst, but I ain't the only one that says sketchy shit.
Sure.
And, you know, he went and he messaged a dude, and as soon as my name was mentioned, nope. Fine. You know what? That's fine. You want to live in your fucking world, you go right the fuck ahead. And I really, you know, as a person, I think he's a piece of shit, but I can't hold, you know, what he wants in his establishment against him.
No,
that's his choice. That's just like on Facebook. If I fucking say something on Facebook that gets me banned for a fucking month, you know, I might not like it. I might think it's bullshit, but ultimately it's their fucking choice. It's their platform.
I remember when you got banned on a weekly basis. It was the funniest shit ever. Because then people were like, hey, Marco can't text anybody because he's blocked on everything. But he says, hey. I'm like, all right, good.
Yeah. I remember.
Dude,
it was funny.
It was so bad at one point. They were going back like 3. I got banned for 30 days on a Hitler. Like it was Hitler sitting in the corner with a dunce cap. And it said, and he was just holding a cupcake with the one candle in it. And it said, happy 420 or some shit like that. Dude, it was a 3-year-old post. In 3 years.
It's offensive to Nazis. How dare you?
In 3 years, nobody fucking said nothing. And then all of a sudden, I was banned for a month. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I got banned. This is how I knew that they go through your messages too. And then finally, you know, eventually they admitted that they go through the messages. But I started, and it wasn't even my balls. It was a paper plate with a turkey drawn on it, and somebody's balls coming through the paper plate. And I sent that to a few people for Thanksgiving.
It's funny. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's silly as shit. Yep, I got banned.
I mean, that's funny.
And I didn't put it.
I would ban you for the turkey balls as opposed to the Hitler one. Just so you know. It's fine. Yeah. It's going to be one or the other. Both is a little aggressive, but what are you going to do? fine.
Bad thing is, I still got one of the messages that just pop up with the turkey balls, the turkey and the turkey balls. Like,
your memories right here. You're like, gotta live in them turkey balls. They're the best. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't know, man. It's listen. The weird part is that, like, especially in a place like America, where there are organizations that are like hunting people down for just cause. It's fine, but when it comes to people who are clearly breaking the law, they're like, nah, they got a lot of power. Fuck your power, bro.
that's the whole point of the fucking law enforcement. Like, that's not supposed to be biased.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense, right?
Not at all.
And that's my problem with it. Is, listen, like, a lot of people they're like, well, you can't be, aggressive. You can't be authoritarian with people. Okay, fine. But if you're going to be authoritarian in one way, you should be in other ways. If people are breaking the law, they should be punished. If they're doing something wrong, hunt them down. We've all heard about the fucking Nuremberg trials and how there are still people who are guilty and presumed to be still alive that are being hunted down for crimes that happened 70 or 80 years ago.
At least once a year we get a ex-Nazi was hunted down in like Lancaster or somewhere. He's 85 years old. He's being extradited to be set on trial.
There was a thing on Netflix called My Neighbor the Devil. And it was a guy who was a security officer at like Dachau or something like that. And he was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And they fucking, he went to jail. Or he kind of got killed. I don't know, whatever things. But like, yeah, okay. I don't have a problem with that. But why are we not doing the same thing for everyone that's broken? Like, people who have done heinous breaking of the law and nothing's happened to them, good. Those should be a priority. Right? It's weird.
And as far as all these files are concerned, the more and more, and this is one of the weirdest things that I've noticed.
Yeah.
All right. No matter what they try to get on Trump, they ain't getting shit on Trump. So we're just looking at everything else, what it's pointing to. And there are quite a few Republicans that are trying to fudge these or stop these files to come through or make sure they're redacted or having a fit to not be redacted.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have anything to do with any Republicans. It really looks like the Republicans are trying to cover for the Democrats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I made that post. I made a post, was it yesterday or maybe today? It really looks like they're covering for Barry and Bill.
Yeah.
Because they on the Democrat side, or here's the best one. And I saw this right before I walked into the studio. They asked Chuck Schumer, one of the reporters, he was coming out of one of the hearings, and they said, well, why, the biggest question now is, why now? Why are these files pushed out now? Why weren't these files pushed out in the Biden administration? And Chuck Schumer looks right into the camera and says, oh, we don't know why Biden didn't want to put these out. And that's what we're trying to find out, is why Biden didn't want to put these out.
Yeah.
And I find it mighty odd. See, that now that we got these files out, we're running. Yeah, we already hit the hour mark, so I want to make sure this gets out there. Now that we got these files out, we need to push for the rest of the January 6th tapes. Yeah. We need to push for the unredacted Hunter Biden fucking laptop.
Okay.
Because that's getting swept under. You notice the Bidens are keeping pretty quiet, and why? Because they got a lot of shit. And I bet you old Hunter might have been doing dope with somebody on that island. I could almost guarantee. And there was another set of just shit that didn't. We need it all. Y'all want to put it out? We want it all out. Oh yeah, the old HRC fucking server. Magic server. We ain't forgot about the magic server. We haven't forgot about the Podesta emails. Because there was a lot of interesting shit in there. Everything from UFOs to cults.
Yes.
And what this really seems like, the way everybody's trying to cover everybody's ass and nobody's making sense of everything, this really goes back to when that server magically came up missing and all these people were leaking about the Pizzagate shit.
Yeah.
So now, are we going to get some kind of link to the adrenochrome harvesting?
Come on. Hey, that's all going to Kris Jenner and her new face. Okay. It's not, we're not going to see any of that stuff. That'd be ridiculous.
I feel like, it'll come out in maybe another 20, 30 years like the JFK shit did. And then we're only going to get pieces of that.
Bro, at that time, we're going to be searching for water that's drinkable and fucking fighting radiation from the nuke war. Whatever, bro. There's
going to be trial tapes of Trump saying, no, the penis went up and to the left. It never went in my mouth. It was up and to the left.
I used my very good kung fu and I dodged it. That it went up and to the left. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. My kung fu styling. I learned it from kung fu masters. The best masters in the world.
So before we wrap this up,
yeah,
I'd just like to say to you folks out there who all want to see the files, to release all the files. Shut the fuck up. You don't want to see Trump. The only fucking thing that you want is to see Trump on there. That's it. So just say you fucking hate Trump. Say you don't care about nobody else and that you just hate Trump. Just say that. I mean, people will respect you more for that shit.
I want Trump to be on there, is then like them to be like he was the only one fighting against it. He was lobbying.
They'll never believe it. They'll believe it.
I just want it to happen, and I just want them to just lose their fucking minds because it's hilarious to me.
The new thing is the shutdown was Trump's idea, so to give him time to scrub all the files. That's the new
one. My God.
New one.
Hey, you know what? But these are still people that believe that the president is in charge. You're like, he's not. Sorry. Hey, I wish he was. I really wish he was. But every president has backed down from every promise they made. Why? Because a few guys in fucking suits came in and said, so let's talk about what you're going to be allowed to do. And he's like, well, I want to do this. Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're not doing shit.
Yeah, and that was the only thing I had to defend Obama on. And I talked about this before, when they did that interview with him and he said, they asked him, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? You promised this, you promised that. And he says, well, you got a lot of hopes and dreams when you get in here. But once you get in here, they tell you. And he didn't say who they were. All he said was they tell you what you can and can't do.
Yeah. And
you just got to roll on with that.
Look, hey, and after all is said and done, he was the deporter in chief, and nobody's talking about that. So,
yep. Oh, and our highlight of the week, the idiot of the fucking week, goes to Jasmine Crockett. That dumb cunt was in a fucking hearing. She called out one of the other congressmen or senators saying that he was he was getting donations or campaign donations from Jeffrey Epstein, and the dude wrote back or put on X or whatever the fuck. That was Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, totally different person, didn't have anything to do with it. Oh my God, dude!
Awesome. I think we should just thank Greg for giving us all these ideas for the today. It was completely his responsibility, and that's also important. Everything we said today was little cue cards that Greg's been putting on our screen, so we can read them out. Yeah.
Yep.
So just so you guys know who's responsible for everything. It's not us. It's Greg. It's always Greg.
Right.
And for those who really want after these people, there's a list. There's a list. Call your Congress people. Call your fucking laws. Tell them you want these people fucking, all the way from Hakeem Jeffries all the way down. Call them and tell them. Call them and tell them. Call them and tell them the great black hope was diddling little boys. Call them and tell them.
Hey, call them every 5 minutes. You know why? Because they have to take your call. That's how being a politician works. You just call them and call them and call them and call them until it happens. You flood their entire computer system with calls upon calls to every person in a political office that's been elected to let them know that they have to. They have to, and as soon as they do, the call stop. And they can't do shit until it does. It'll be
so
great.
you don't know how America rolls. You get ran up on.
Hey,
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 there's a gas explosion in your house.
bro, the one thing that America's forgot is the power is in the people. And you know what? It's sad because
And the bad thing is the foreigners know that, and they're coming here and they're taking over.
yeah. And they're like, we can get away with everything. It is so easy here. We are powerful here.
Dude, they already started the music going through the speakers in New York. The calls to prayers.
Yeah.
Horrifying fucking sound too, man. There is no rhythm in the litter box.
You know what? They should find some hacker should go in and replace that sound with some like, all right, let's get fucked, and just some crazy fucking hip hop thing. It'd be great. Little Rammstein, why not? Just
Well, the
live it up.
Mondani dude already fucking did a rap song or whatever. So I mean, I guess they're saying people rap. Call it slap. They're gonna be playing slap all through the fucking New York.
Just call it what it is. Goat loving bastards. Anyways, we should end this before we all die.
Yeah, that being said, we're doing mental health tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, that
All right,
that should be. Yeah, tomorrow I got morning motivational rant. It's our 100th episode. Is tomorrow morning, and then at nighttime we'll do mental health, talking about taking a break. I think that's what we'll talk about because then
Talk about communication with our partners. That's what we should. That's what.
why I'm just about to go on a fucking 30-hour drive with my wife, and then another 30 with my wife and my mother. And you want to talk about get fucked, bro? We're not having that conversation online. I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. You out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, y'all be good to each other. And check us out tomorrow night at 8:30.
It's not your friends. Fuck them.